You're a two-time Super Bowl champion, first-round draft pick. You're a national champion with the 2019 LSU Tigers. But before all that, there was an event in your life that truly changed your life forever, a friend's life forever, and a life was lost. Can you kind of take me through the events of December 22nd, 2018?
One of the hardest days of my life, and I don't think it'll veer any way from that. It was supposed to be, like my friend was going to get rid of a PlayStation because that year we were playing in a PlayStation Bowl, so we got a whole bunch of PlayStations and whatnot. And man, the app let go, just something you think is just so seamless that everything should just kind of be seamless and just easy. I just had kind of like a bad feeling the morning when I woke up. We was living in the same apartment, me, Jared Small, Nico Red, and Jared came, just knocked on my door. He was like, look, I'm about to head to this side of town, North Baton Rouge. So where I grew up at, born and raised, and everything that I did on that side of town, it wasn't the best growing up on that side. And Jared's from South Baton Rouge, closer to LSU. And I just had a bad feeling that morning after he kind of knocked on my door, told me he was gonna head out that way, and something told me to just call him before he even got there. And I told him just meet me at my mom's house, because I just hopped in the car and just headed straight to my mom's house. I'm like, look, I'm gonna ride with you, so everything could be, just smooth. It wasn't me like foreshadowing anything, but it's just I know how things go on that side. And from that point, like we ended up meeting at my mom's house, hopped in his car or whatever, and headed to the destination wherever they planned on, doing the exchange at. The whole time, I'm just kind of like in a fog, feeling that I never felt before. I wouldn't say my intuition is good. My stepdad at the time was a narcotics police officer, ex-Marine. My mom was in the Army. It's just little things that I learned growing up, just kind of stay on your P's and Q's and always kind of be ahead of the situation. Granted, what city that we live in, man, so I'm assuming that everything is already negotiated, price, everything. I'm just thinking it's gonna be something smooth.
So when you get there, you don't know what Jared has communicated with the guy. You just figure, I'm gonna ride with him. I know North Baton Rouge. And now y'all pull up and the exchange is about to happen. What happens then?
They kind of, not necessarily a little back and forth. It was just more of like about price, about whatever he was going, sell a game for. And at that point, my ears perk up, because it's like, I'm thinking, this is done. If you already going to do an exchange on something, especially through the app and how everything was going, I'm like, all right, this should be no more than 5 seconds. 5, 10 seconds, it shouldn't be any more than that. And man, just from that point, it kind of went south, bro. The next thing I see is a gun towards Jared's head. My only reaction was, either I'm about to watch my best friend lose his life or do something about it. As far as me always kind of having my sidearm on me, is something that I grew up around. My dad being a cop, knowing how to necessarily store my weapon, how to have it in certain spots. And then at the time, I was already kind of trained in certain classes. I've trained with the SWAT under my dad, with learning how to do certain things and work my weapon. It was Jared or him. And I honestly hate how it went, especially learning just more things about the individual, and just, I wanted the best for I wish it would have never went that way. Just wanted the best for everybody in that situation. But at the time, man, the way I kind of looked at Jared and kind of felt like that was probably gonna be my last time seeing him, it just was.
What made it possible, Clyde, for you to be able to pull the trigger? I can't imagine being in that position and having to do that. When you knew it was time to save your friend's life, what's going through your head?
The very first thing was, I don't want my best friend dying. Second is, if that happens to him, what's stopping the gun coming towards me after the fact? And it being two of us gone for no reason. And that's just, that's a hump that I've never been able to get over. It's a horrible feeling. I hope nobody ever, has to ever go through, the situation I've been through, even Jared. I mean, I think about that all the time because I wasn't on that end of how that went. I can't imagine having a gun towards my head. And not only that, just thinking about the fact of if I didn't, go with him, or how bad I would have felt not following my intuition initially.